Trojan Philly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, USC is set to host a big time recruit this weekend. His name is Albert Hill. And listen, he's coming from the Akron, Ohio area, and he's the 2026 class. He's a 5'10", 175-pound cornerback. And look, he's ranked, according to 24/7 Sports, the number 21 player overall in the country, the number one cornerback in the country, and number one player in the state of Ohio. Listen, he's ranked a 5-star, right at a 98.67 composite number. And look, man, you're talking about a big time recruit, man. Deanton Lynn just signed that big contract extension, man. And look, man, he's already on a recruiting trail. You guys will see, have a picture posted up with him, man. But look, man, this is phenomenal. I mean, USC, the way they're recruiting, and this is another recruit in the state of Ohio that they go and try to attempt to get. You guys know we just got Sean Austin, the big time running back, out of the state of Ohio. We're talking about Big Ten country. You're talking about Ohio State country, and you see Deanton Lynn there. But this is a guy, man, whose skill set is phenomenal. He could do it all. He could do the kick return. He could do the punt return, as well as he'll guard you like a blanket, man. And this is the type of player, these are the type of guys that USC is targeting. A lot of guys that they make reference to, just target the guys in the state. Well, you got to target the best player. USC being a national brand that they are, they go inside the state as well as outside the state. You go get the best player available, and this guy literally is the best player available. And when you look at the schools that are after him right now, it's straight up go time. He's actually 100% crystal ball to USC. However, USC can make a turn and try to pursue this kid. But look, you see, he just put out his top 10, though. It's Ohio State, Tennessee, Oregon, Michigan, Texas A&M, USC, Alabama, Notre Dame, Penn State, UCLA. Now, this has Doug Belt. He got his handprint all on this. Again, you guys know Doug Belt has already did some phenomenal things as it relates to the defensive backs. He got the number one one of the number one top 5 cornerbacks in the country, R.J. Sermon, in the 2026 class. Has him already locked, sealed, and delivered. He's out of the state of California. Think about Matt Rardren, have him as well. He's a phenomenal. He's got to be the most underrated player in the state of California and an underrated player in the country, because he has like 11 picks on the season. So, well, look, man, Doug Belt continues to be Doug Belt. He continues to do some phenomenal things as it relates to his position group. He's getting the best of the best players, man. When you look at, I told you guys this before, when you look at what he's able to do from a defensive back standpoint, he's holding his own weight. We could argue that he's probably one of the best in the country and one of the best on our team as far as recruiting wise, because he's getting the number one players, top 10 players, including the number one player, to get a visit with the USC football Trojans, man. So you guys can hit me in the comments, man. You guys can tell me what you think, but this is a big time recruit. He's set to visit USC. USC has a real shot, given the coaching staff that we currently have, man. So hit me in the comments. You guys tell me what you think. I got one more news and note item I want to show you. Very interesting list that came out as it relates to the quarterback rankings for the 2025 season. I'm going to let you guys see where Jaden Maiava is on this list. Let's go. All right, now here's the list of the top 25 quarterbacks in college football coming into the 2025 season. Now, I'm not going to go through them all, but if you look at number 25, it's going to be Julian Sand from Ohio State. But this is crazy. Look at this. Miller Moss. Look, how do you rank Dylan Raiola ahead of Miller Moss? That one right there really got me. And you look at this list as a whole, it's really kind of lost in the sauce. But look at where Miller Moss is, though, at number 25. Dylan Raiola is sitting there at number 23. And look at this. Jaden Maiava, number 22. All these other quarterbacks, you look where USC quarterbacks, the two USC quarterbacks, well, the former USC quarterback, Miller Moss, he's sitting there at 24, and then Jaden Maiava at 22. They got Jaden Maiava actually ranked over Miller Moss. I'm not even going to argue with that one, because they were so close at their play and what they did. But, of course, you guys know how I felt about Jaden Maiava as far as how he finished the game. I told you guys before that Miller Moss started games well, but then wasn't a finisher. Whereas Jaden Alva started games horrible, but then he was actually a finisher. And so, but they play very similar as far as their play in some aspects of their game. But you just look at where they have him at, though. It's incredible. But I want to show you guys who they have at the top. You guys tell me what you think, if you even agree with these quarterbacks. I mean, do you think Miller Moss and Jaden Alva are at the bottom tier of college football as far as the quarterback play? I don't think so. Miller Moss did put up some big time numbers. Jaden Alva threw for more numbers, more yards than a lot of people did against Notre Dame this season. Even in the national championship, I'm not saying he outplayed Will Howard, but he did throw for 360 yards, whereas you had Will Howard throw for I think it was 200 and some yards. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I think these guys are lost in the sauce and continues to be that bias type situation. Now, here's going to be On3's top 10 part of the list right here. Sam Levitt, I'm not going to argue that. I think he's a legit quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. He really impressed me the game against Texas in the national championship. So I can rock with that. I like the way he moved and grooved all over the field. Very mobile, in and out, making it happen. Reads his targets very well. I'm not even going to argue that one. Drew Allure, he's cool, but I'm not really impressed with him all that much. I guess he's a steady quarterback. He's a veteran quarterback. And so I guess you got to give him credit from that perspective. So, and he's one that fits the system and knows the system. So, he's going to run the system efficiently. But he did make an ill-advised throw in the playoff game that it was a horrible decision. And so DJ Lagway, he's legit. I think he's a superstar, man. I could definitely put him at number 2. Arch Manning, I want to see more full-time games with him, but he looked like the potential is there. It looked like he's getting ready to move and groove and potentially be an outstanding baller. Number 5, Lenore Sellers, South Carolina. That dude is a baller. Garrett Nussmeier. Now, this is where it get kind of tricky because to me, he's in the same. I'm just being honest. I mean, he didn't really impress me all that much. He's no different to me than Miller Moss or Jaden Alva. I mean, I don't know what they're looking at as far as him being a number 6 overall, but I guess he's in the system. He's been there for a while. He's a veteran. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but it's just nothing spectacular to me, nothing that stands out to me. So, would I put him up at this high at number 6? I don't know. So the jury's still out on that with Garrett Nussmeier. Number 7, Carson Beck. I don't know if you put him at number 7. I guess because he's with the U, they put him at number 7. I don't think he's a number 7 quarterback in the country. K. Klubnik from Clemson, I think he's going to be good this year. I mean, he showed that he's been in that system for a while. He can move and groove as well. I think he's going to be all right. However, John Mateer, I think he's just as good as the last 2 that I just named. You could easily put him on top of them. Nico, I think he's a baller as well. He'll be in the system another year. I think he's a top 10 quarterback, and he's probably better than a couple of these guys as well on this list, man. So, look, you guys can hit me in the comment section, man. You guys can tell me what you think. But are you guys surprised with the top 25 quarterbacks that they got coming into the season? Are they right where they need to be? Hit me in the comments. You guys let me know. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. I'm out of here. Everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.